It's also important to mention some of the different accessories and the abilities for installing the QuadHead2Go. We've showed some of those use cases with multiple units being used in the same applications. The great thing is that Matrox has rack mount solutions available for these QuadHead2Go that really is going to allow our dealers to install it in just about any application. And if they're using just one unit, you have a VESA bracket available as well. Is that correct?
Absolutely. So we have VESA bracket that go right behind the monitors, so you can mount the QuadHead2Go right behind the monitors and just forget about it. Like you mentioned, if you have a lot of units, you may want to use a rack mount.
Yep.
The product is very small. The customers can see it right in front of you. It's only 5 inches wide. So you could put 3 of them very comfortably in a 19-inch rack.
Yep.
Or if you tilt it on its side, you could put 10 of them.
Yep.
So it's very, very dense from a solution point of view. And of course, we also have what we call secure cable solutions. We have some, like you mentioned, some of the products have an HDMI input.
Yep.
And they have HDMI output. So you want to be able to make sure that those HDMI cables are secured and that they don't fall out. So we have secure cable solutions as well, basically an extra metal bracket that holds the cables in place.
And that's very important, especially in the HDMI world. One of the biggest drawbacks or critiques that our dealers have on using HDMI in any application is the ability to be able to secure that connection. And that's really critical, especially when you get into the digital signage world. The last thing you want to do is have everything set up and running only for a cable to pop out. So whether you're mounting it directly behind the monitor or in a rack, either vertically or horizontally to fit multiple units together, using those secure cable connections is definitely going to be highly recommended by our entire sales team here at Broadfield. Fidel, thank you so much for joining us today. Do you want to leave us with any parting words on the QuadHead2Go?
Very flexible, very powerful next generation product that's built on top of the knowledge we had from dual head and triple head2Go days. Available for a lot of different markets. So please talk reach out to Broadfield, reach out to Matrox, and let's work on the next project together.
Absolutely. And I want to remind our dealers that Broadfield makes it easy to do business. We have a great relationship with Fidel and with the entire team over at Matrox. So if you're working on an application and a quote that can benefit from a digital signage solution, whether it's a standard solution or any of the artistic displays that we talked about here, I'd be happy to help reach out to Matrox to see if there's a use case or a customer that has done something similar in the past. We're always happy to share the success stories and help build the business. There is a huge opportunity, especially once people start getting back into the churches and into the schools, in the house of worship and educational channels that you're already selling into. Corporations are going to be using these displays more and more often in order to create even larger rooms that they can host their internal staff in and yet create for larger social distancing. So there's definitely some great opportunities. Reach out to Broadfield and we'll work with Matrox and we'll get you all the info you need. Fidel, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you for having me.
My pleasure.